Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is your source for time and labor-saving farm tools, such as the Paper Pot Transplanter, Quick Click Seeder, and the Jang Direct Seeder. Turn laborsome tasks into free time with tools by Modern Grower.
Like a lot of people listening to this, they're into, let's say, they're trying to encourage healthy soil microbiome through their practices. How do you, let's say you didn't even add any trichoderma, but you wanted to encourage what was there to have the best chance of thriving. What would you want to do in terms of agricultural practices to make sure that any wild trichoderma can expand, take over as much as possible, or grow so you have that in the soil?
Well, one of the things you want to do for healthy soils is to increase microbial diversity. And whatever that means, and there are lots of studies, and it's just a bewildering array of different organisms that are involved in this. But microbial diversity is a good thing. And so anything you can do to increase microbial diversity is good. The more roots you have, for example, the better off you are. Compost can help that. Biochar can help that. To go back to trichoderma, it increases root growth. And increasing root growth is one of the ways you increase microbial diversity. One of the things that was first found by Bernie Glick up in Guelph is that if you have oil-contaminated soils, you can remediate them through adding some bacteria that he has, and they don't themselves remediate the soil, but they increase the root growth and the plant health, and so that the plant is more able to cope with stress, the stress of the oil, and so then the plant survives, makes roots, and then there are other microorganisms that grow in the area that actually do the degradation of the oil. And we have the same result in some work we did years ago with trichoderma. We haven't published that. The whole concept of soil health, there are quite a few things you can do, and cover crops are really important for this.
Do you think for the average grower, and I know it's tough to say, again, you can't answer in all cases, but if you had good growing practices, like you're using cover crops, you're not doing a lot of tillage, you're doing everything you can to encourage a robust microbial community, that just doing that is enough? Or do you think that adding a cultured out trichoderma strain to the soils is going to make things that much better?
Yes, it will make things that much better. You can get there with cover cropping and composting and these kinds of things. But added microbial strains is a good thing. For example, if you have legumes, you certainly want to add rhizobium, or rhizobiaceae. Sometimes they're not rhizobium species, so that you can get nitrogen fixation. And trichoderma can aid all of this as well. So one of the questions you have is, how expensive is it to maintain a solid vegetation cover on your crops? And for example, in corn in this climate, you can't hardly do that, because by the time the corn's harvested, it's too late to plant the cover crop and they won't grow, freeze. But it's a very good practice. So there are some issues with how you can do this. For example, cover cropping, as I just mentioned, and if you have to add compost or biochar, there's a huge amount of material you have to add to the field, tons and tons and tons and tons. And so that becomes really a logistical and a financial nightmare to do all that.
Hey there, tired of spending forever seeding nursery trays by hand? Meet the Quick Click Drop Seeder. It makes seeding trays super fast. Just a click and you're done. You can seed multiple trays in no time, making your nursery work way easier. Plus, it works with paper pot trays, microgreens, and any other tray that you have. Say goodbye to tedious seeding and hello to more time on the farm. Join hundreds of other farmers and try the Quick Click Seeder today. Available at shop www.moderngrower.co or using the link below.